Hi everyone, this is Salman and welcome to GetTrainedGetHired.com. Today we will be discussing about interview. You see, you have done all the hard work, you have developed your skills, you have sat down and prepared your resume and you have blasted your resume out. You are able to target the companies. Finding a job is a full-time job. So good job in being disciplined and sending out your resumes, and now you have finally landed your first interview. This is where all the hard work has now come down to. You gotta make the interview is a success. There is no other choice. All that hard work that you have put in, now is the time to realize the dream. So I'm not gonna get into the details, dress up nicely, reach on time. This is all professional courtesy and we should be aware of it as professionals. What I really want to discuss about is how to make that first impression. Now at Get Trained Get Hired, we have developed certain interview questions and answers that can really help you with establishing that impression. I want to give you a taste of it, that how you are supposed to go for an interview. The first thing for an interview preparation is to have a mock interview with somebody. The first question that you usually that gets asked after you are offered a tea, or hey, how was your drive and everything, once they have established that kind of relationship with you, that initial rapport, then what they are looking for is to know about yourself. So usually the first question is, tell us something about yourself. Now this is a very important question, because the way you're going to answer this question, that's going to set the tone for the rest of the interview. And that is your time to make the first impression. And that is the time where they are very open in listening to what you have to say. And this is where you take your time. This is something that you need to sit down and write an answer to. This is something where you take that answer, you stand in front of a mirror and you practice it. This is the answer to the question where you ask your colleagues, your family members or your friends, to take a mock interview with you and ask you this question. Because the answer to this question can make and break the interview. Now the way to answer this question is that you can start by your education. Hey, I have completed my bachelor's or my master's. That my last job is I'm working as an assistant manager or a staff accountant. In that role, my duties are, you explain them what your duties are. Previously, I have worked with this firm, and then you explain a little bit of duties of that firm, and then you take them back. Another way to answer this question is that you let them know that, hey, I completed my education, whatever your education is. Always start from your education, let them know, establish your credentials with it. And then you can take them through the journey of your career. That I started my accounting and taxation from XYZ company. I stayed with that company for this long, and from that firm I learned personal taxes. Then I moved on to the second firm, ABC company. In ABC company, they were very hands-on bookkeeping, and I established my skills for QuickBooks. Then I moved on, or I got promoted, into a firm where I was now doing personal taxes in my new role. And that's where I learned all the schedules, the Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3, and how to do a corporate tax. In my current role, I am supervising few people or things like that. So this way you can take them through the journey of your career, that where you worked and what was it that you learned from that job, and then take them to the second job, tell them what you learned in that job, and then take them to the whatever your career progression has been. Or if you are starting early, just say, yeah, I just graduated and my first job was this, or that's where I volunteered, and in that role I learned this, and this is currently I am doing. So that it's really important to practice in front of a mirror or sit down and have a mock interview. The second important thing is to follow the STAR strategy. It's very important. Remember this STAR. So S stands for situation, T stand for task at hand, A stand for the action you took, and R stand for the result. So STAR, situation, the task at hand, the action you took, and the result. So for example, if they say you tell us a time where you really faced a challenge in your current role, how you're going to answer that question. So we're going to follow the STAR strategy. So let's establish the situation first. You can say that I accidentally sent the wrong financial statements to one of my clients. So that's the situation. What's the task at hand? Now the task at hand is to inform the client about the mistake and do not lose their confidence in us. And let's not lose the client. So that was the task at hand. The action you took, I immediately called the client and explained them that the financial statements that were sent to you as final sets of financial statements were actually a draft, and I apologize for them for sending out the wrong financial statements. I immediately told them that the correct financial statements I have sent it, and they disregard the previous email. The client understood the situation. They said that's okay. They deleted the wrong financial statements, and they were happy with the correct financial statements. So you see, you established the situation, the action you took, right, and the result at the end. So whatever questions that they ask you during an interview, you need to answer that using this STAR strategy, and this is very important. Remember, all the hard work of development of the skills, making your resume, sending out the resume, that took a lot of time and effort and energy. You cannot mess up your interview. And you will mess up your first couple of interviews provided you do mock interviews. So if you are looking for resume help, please reach out to us. We can certainly help you. And thank you for watching. This is Salman from GetTrainedGetHired.com.